So all right, well, excuse me. Let's get into this. Here we go. Let's before I hit the button, I gotta get myself ready. I know everybody is on the edge of their seats. They're freaking waiting patiently for this. This guy brings the party. He brings the crowd. He brings the army, and he brings himself. Let's welcome to the show the one and the fucking only, because there is truly only one, Mark Gus Scott. What is going on, my brother?
Hey!
Mark!
Man, I got to hand it to you. When you make an intro, you don't screw around. I love you, man.
Hey, man, I love you too, brother. Dude.
How are you, man? How you feeling? How are things?
Good, man. Good. I'm doing good.
Both testicles okay. Left and right, all good?
You know what? They're flowing evenly. They're keeping even.
That's magic. That's magic. I'm unbalanced myself. I have to work on that, yes. Every time I have an orgasm, I hit my head on the wall. It just sleeps one side. It's a problem. It's a problem. I have to work on it.
Dude,
how's it going, man?
It's going good, man. And I really gotta thank you, because we talk about this every time, and we talk about your army of fans and the crew, and they truly they are just amazing. A lot of them have really truly friended me, and we talk from time to time, and they're just an amazing bunch of people. And not only am I lucky now to have you in my life, but I have them in my life, and it just makes the world a better place.
You're really touching on something that's very special to me, and it's one of the big reasons that I even suggested the name change. First off, I got to give credit where it's due. The gentleman who started the Army was Mr. Chris Watts. He's he's a very special guy out in Illinois, and I'll tell you what, he carried the torch on this thing for some time. It started as a MySpace page, took it over to Facebook, and he built this thing up. And I really have him to thank for the creation of the Mark Gus Scott Army. I got to tell you, it was his love of the music, his support of me, and I cannot go a minute further without mentioning the fact that it was him that was the catalyst for this whole thing, to kick it off into motion. I can't take credit for it. I really can't. Chris has been a guy that has rock and roll in his heart, and he's been there to support us from day one, and he's truly become a great friend. And I can't tell you how appreciative I am of his love and support, and all that he's done to make this thing bigger than I ever thought it'd be. And like you said, the thing that's so great about it, it's not just numbers of people. It's the love and special sentiment that people put out there. You know what I mean? And it's not a fan thing. It's a love thing. And I think that more than anything, it speaks volumes. You know what I'm saying? That's so freaking cool. And you see it now too. You're part of the family, bro. There's no separation between, this is the media guy and this is the rock guy and this is it doesn't work that way. You know what I'm saying? We're people. And when people have support for each other, that's a special bond that people share. And people that are members of the Mark Gus Scott Army, they have that special quality, they have that care, and they have that love and support in their hearts. And you know what? I want to recognize them for that. I'm not going to just take it for granted. I think that the people that are members are some real special people. And they have my love and they have my support.
And they're real, man. You know what I mean? They're real, truly. When people say talk about a person, they say that's good people. That's good people right there. Them people in that group are good people.
Bam. You nailed it. It's really true. It's really true. And I can't tell you how fortunate I am to have that kind of love and support. I mean, that's it. It's really weird. I remember thinking way back when you're doing rock and roll, you're an artist, you put together a song, you have a feeling inside. I always say it's kind of like a selfish thing, that you want it to come out just the right way. You do it for yourself. You don't do it for anybody but yourself. And that's kind of like a selfish sentiment, but when you have it just right, and you put it down on tape. Well, at least in the old days, we put it down on tape. But you get it recorded just right, and you want everybody to hear it. And why do you want everybody to hear it? You want them to hear it because you want them to feel the same thing that you felt when you're making it. You know what I mean? You want to share that feeling. So the selfish thing turns into such an unselfish thing by wanting to share it. And you really hope that just one son of a bitch says, yeah, man, I fucking love that, But you touch one person, your life is complete. the idea that all the people in the Army have touched me in such a profound manner, I never expected something like that back in the day when I was dreaming of stuff. You know what I mean? I never thought that many people would give me that feeling in reverse. You don't think about that, you know? And, dude, let me tell you something. That is a fucking home run. That's the cup runneth over, bro. So, I can't emphasize enough how, the love and support that's part of this thing. It transcends just the music, you know. It's something that's people oriented, and I can't tell you how fortunate I am to be on the receiving end of that love. That's just so damn cool.
Well, let me ask you now, like with this Christmas Miracle album that you've put out now, how different is that? Like, how different is that feeling of wanting to share? Because now this is Mark's now. This is you. This is your baby, your project. This is not you and the Trixter guys. So how does that differ from you doing this to putting out new Trixter music?
No, it's a little weird. To answer in a general way, I'll say it's a little weird. Now I'll try to break it down with exactly what I'm talking about. First off, as far as the selfish part, because that's the way it starts. It starts with an idea of doing something. I wanted it to come out just right, so I could say, this is what I'm feeling inside. I hear this. I want that. I want it to come out just the right way. And Pete, singer from Trixter, he helped me do that. You know what I mean? So when me and him had it right, we were happy with it. Like, yeah, now we want people to react to it. Now, the only thing that I say is weird is that it's not a rock project. And to be quite honest with you, we've made a lot of inroads in the world of rock and roll, not necessarily adult contemporary radio. So, it's a little weird. I don't have false expectations that everybody's going to totally embrace this thing because it is not a rock and roll project. I'm not going to falsely represent it just to get some cheap accolades at it or to get people to spend money if they think it's a rock record. It's not. I'm the first to say it. It's a real Christmas record. It's a real deal Christmas record. Like I should be opening for Bing Crosby if he were still here. You know what I mean? It's like so I'm somewhat realistic in the sense that I'm preaching maybe to the wrong choir with regard to it, but these are my people, and I truly hope that, some people embrace it and they hear what I'm talking about. We put a lot of work into it, and I really cared about what came out, and I'm very proud of the way it came out, and I mean, it seems kind of funny that, hey, rock and roll, and Mark has a Christmas album. It's like, what? Right. So it is weird, but it's another part of me that, that I really dig. I've been playing horn for so long, and particularly more recently, I've really been cooking on it, and I really love it. It is a part of me. So the fact that it came out great, I hope I touch one person. They go, you know what, Mark, that sounded great. If one person says that, then you know what, my life is done. I can go now, and I would have no regrets. You know what I mean? That's what it comes down to. And you know what? So far, it's been so well received, and it's not even released yet. So, we got it available for download on my website. But realistically, November's going to be a big month. November's a big month. I got an email today from the Miami Heat. They asked me when they'd like me to come do the Star Spangled Banner in front of a game. So, things are starting to happen on that front. Yeah, I know. So there's a lot of weird stuff flying in the wind. And there's things to be talked about as far as New York City goes. And, I haven't really pushed it that hard. But I'll tell you what, Christmas is coming. It might be time to push a little bit. I have some really wonderful people helping with this project. And I've been a little lax about it, to be honest with you. I'm just happy that we did the music and the way it came out. And maybe I'm getting a little lazy now because, my project is done. But you know what? Now it's time to put the hustle behind the muscle and do something with this and see how far I can really push it, But just the weather out here is so beautiful. I don't know. I feel like hanging at the pool.
So let me. Why did you go this route? Like, I mean, all your brothers in rock and roll out there, they're all doing different side projects outside of their main project, and it's all rock and roll based. You went the total opposite direction.
The answer to you're right. And I kind of did it by accident. I didn't really make a grand plan about it. If anything, I was the only guy not doing a side project. One day I was sitting on the couch and I said, well, shoot, Pete's doing this, those guys are doing this. I said, what the hell am I going to do? And I said, shoot. So I look at my horn. I didn't even plan on the horn thing. I was doing some, it all started, for people that don't know, it all started at Pete's house. We were doing some mixing and some sound effects for a video game. And just so you know, when you start making sound effects and you do that for a few hours, your head gets freaking upside down. It's like, you know, you're using all your creative energy. And when you try to push that hard, it kind of spins your head, you know. So after a while, Pete said, go get that trumpet out of your trunk. I was like, okay. He starts putting up a couple microphones. Let's see what this thing's going to sound like. And to be honest with you, I recorded trumpet once or twice in the studio. Once on a Trixter record, I actually played trumpet, some backing trumpet parts on a song "Nobody's a Hero" on our second album, Here, which was kind of cool. But it wasn't the lead voice, just like some backing parts. It was kind of quick, you know, nothing really major, but it was cool, you know. But I never really played horn into a mic and let it sing. So Pete put up a couple mics and dialing some dials. He said, you know, go up to that mic and play. He said, just play. He was rolling. Well, I was going to say rolling tape, but these days we don't roll tape. He opened the mic, let's say, and started to record in the in his digital whatnot. So I played for about 15 minutes or so, and he says, "Okay, come here. We'll get back in the control room, listen back." He dials some knobs. After about 3 minutes, we look at each other and says, sounds pretty good. It's pretty cool, you know. And I thought, well, what the hell am I going to do with it? You know what I mean? Because it's not my area so much, you know. I went to the University of Hartford Hart School of Music. I recorded 3 double albums of classical music back in the 80s, you know. I never did anything as a lead player in that sense, you know, where I was going to do something. So I thought of the idea, what could I do like a Kenny G? I said he was a big idol of mine, and he was also tops of the field, and you know, to do some kind of instrumental thing where I really can't sing very well. So I said, what can I do with this? You know, and I really didn't know, and for some reason the song Ave Maria came to mind, and it came to mind from a couple of different sources. First off, there was a TV show called The West Wing, and they did this one episode, and Ave Maria was prominently featured in the episode. And man, I got to tell you, those dudes made one hell of a show. I was a big fan of the West Wing TV series, and as far as the acting, the writing, everything. And then when they put that song in there, it locked me up. I was like, whoa. And I was familiar with the song, but man, that really brought it to the forefront. And it also made me think of the movie Hitman, the big video game Hitman franchise. They came out with a couple of movies, Hitman and Hitman 47. And they did this promo where they took the song Ave Maria, and then they took scenes from the movie, slow motion scenes of murder and shit exploding and crap like that. And what they made what they refer to as like a juxtaposition of such violence with such beautiful music as the soundtrack. And I was like, whoa, that was cool, you know. It was really it was very artful the way they did it. And I said, and they had a young child doing the vocal, the main lead on the soundtrack, and it was so angelic, so beautiful, you know. I said, the song touched me, so I thought what the trumpet sounded like at Pete's house, and I said, what would that sound like if I tried to mimic that sort of thing on Ave Maria, you know? And I really didn't know it was going to work. I never did anything like this, but I started to assemble a backing track, went to Pete's house, started to build it. And then it was time to whip out the horn and start playing this thing. And you know, I said, dude, I really don't know. And Pete gave me a little weird of a look because he wasn't sure what was going to happen either, you know. So we lit it up, started to play. I got halfway through the song, went through the first verse, chorus, cut. I said, I got to hear this right now. Yeah, I can't even go any further because I don't know what, you know, it might sound like completely ridiculous, or I don't know. So we rolled back, dialed a couple things, about 2 minutes. We looked at each other, and we knew we had something. It was like, holy cow. It was like, wow, it really sounds good. And I'm not saying that to pat myself on the back, but we honestly didn't know what was going to happen. I never did it before. We never recorded horns as a lead voice over classical background music. You know, I mean, we never did it. And expanded Pete's horizons as an engineer. He never, you know how many tracks of music you're dealing with an orchestra? I mean, holy crap, I've got a song on Christmas Miracle I don't even know how many tracks it is. It's a symphony for Christmas Eve. And, I mean, I didn't even know myself. I recorded myself. I can't even tell you how many tracks are on the damn thing. 40-something? 45? I mean, normally with a rock band, you have guitar, bass, drums, keyboards, and backing vocals. Between everything, you ain't getting nowhere near 45 goddamn tracks unless you're really screwing around. You know what I mean? I mean, an auxiliary triangle or a shaker or I'm telling you, I have string sections, clarinet, saxophones, bass, cellos, horn sections, French horns, trumpets, trombones, keyboards, and then trumpet. So, and then I have the first trumpet, the second trumpet, third trumpets, harmonies and whatnot. Right. So I mean, to put all that, the mixing is the craziest. For recording, you just go track after. Putting it together is a complete pain in the ass. And it's tedious, going section by section, make sure levels are right, make sure balance is right, make sure phase cancellation is right, make sure your panning is correct. It's just freaking stupid. And I'll be honest with you, we're not the best in the business at doing that. So the task to actually make it happen, it was a learning thing for both of us. And I got at the end of the day, all I want people to do is listen. Take 30 seconds and listen to the damn thing. And I really hope that something touches them. That's really what this project is all about. It's something different. It's something new. And as far as Christmas goes, it truly is a fantastic representation of what Christmas music ought to really be about.
Now, with the song selection, too, I mean, honestly, as I was going through and listening to stuff, I'm thinking to myself, it just reminded me of being a kid in church. And I'm thinking to myself,
wait a minute. I don't want to know what you were doing in church when you were a kid.
I grew up a Catholic school boy. I was an altar boy. It's just a very scary.
I'm sure you are. Yes, Father. I'll meet you in the chambers, Father. You were one of those kids in the news, weren't you?
You know what? It's funny
you take the Boy Scout troop over to that altar boy? Yeah, what do you say there, kid? Right this way.
We talked about this last week with all that stuff going on in Hollywood, and I said, when all that stuff broke out about the Catholic Church, 20 years ago, whatever it was, I had to stop and think a minute. Did I witness anything? I had to go through the Rolodex in my mind of 8 years of Catholic school.
Let me ask you a question. Did Harvey Weinstein go to your church?
Thankfully, no.
Well, being his name was Harvey Weinstein, some tells me he didn't really go to church, but nevertheless, I thought that was funny.
So, but are you religious at all, or?
My whole religious thing is a little screwed up. I was adopted. I was born to one Jewish parent, one Catholic Christian parent, and then I was adopted into a Jewish family. And they tried to raise me like Orthodox Jew. And I rebelled against it a lot, apparently, and then I went to public school. But the thing that I find very strange and why I'm, I guess, screwed up in the religious sense is that when I went to private school, they attempted to push a Jewish agenda down your throat in a certain fashion. And it was very slanted as far as the view that they portrayed. And it wasn't realistic. It wasn't objective. It didn't offer any latitude for any other side of the equation or any other viewpoint. And that, I feel, is wrong. You know what I mean? They didn't offer you the opportunity that anything else in the world was possibly of value. And that, I believe, is a wrong, just from an ethical standpoint. It just didn't sit well with me, the manner in which they did things. So that put a bad, and honestly, also when you're young, and someone forces that on you, I didn't elect to go to private school. So when someone forces you to be in that situation, I think it's counterproductive right from get-go, So I guess I was somewhat turned off by it. There was a lot of things that were mandated and not necessarily offered as an elective. So, more recently, it's funny, I've been to a church a hell of a lot more recently than I have been to a synagogue. And you know what? At the end of the day, if I want to talk to God, I know right where he's at. I climb a mountain out here in Phoenix, and I could talk to him anytime I want. So, that doesn't necessarily mean that I need a certain kind of house of worship. God's not built in the homes built of stick and stone. He's everywhere, all around us. So I can pick up that phone and, Jesus on the main line, tell him what you want. Great.
You can shoot him a text, send him a Snapchat. I'm sure he'll answer.
That's it. Head on down the old Blue Creek and say, hey, Jesus, I'm here and I need some help. Help me, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. By the way, you know when I feel God? You know when I feel? You ever watch the movie Leap of Faith?
I didn't think you were going to go there, but anyway, go.
Dude, it may be somewhat of a farce, but when that choir sings, I feel God all around me. It is a beautiful damn thing, some of that gospel stuff. And what I'm getting at, when I hear stuff like that and I do songs for Christmas Miracle, that's when I feel freaking great. You know what I'm saying? When I do a song like "Oh Holy Night," and the sentiment that's built into that song, and I built the trumpet harmonies around being something angelic, you take a listen to the end of that song, that'll rip your goddamn heart out. That's what I'm talking about. And you have that. It's something really beautiful for the most beautiful time of year. And I think that's what makes something like Christmas Miracle special. You know what I mean? It's not just. I mean, like you said, the song selections. Why do you think I picked them? These are the best damn songs of the best time of year, man. When you pick the worst songs, I pick the best ones. And dude, I tell you, when I listen back to, I cry. I freaking love listening to that cry. How many times I listen to that damn record? It's like ridiculous. It's truly something beautiful. Yes, I'm proud, but you know what? It's up there, man. It's something that truly can provide the soundtrack for the greatest time of year. And I'm just really happy that people are digging it.
Yeah, and you I mean a couple of interesting things to go along with it. Going back to Ave Maria, I got two questions about the song, but I'll go this way first. First off, you with Ave Maria, you're donating the proceeds from that song to the Hope for Kids International charity, which you also now sponsor a child from there.
Absolutely, that's correct. All proceeds, not like a portion, when it's going to be a portion of the proceeds. No, 100% of the proceeds of the song Ave Maria are donated to Hope for Kids International. I need to make that very clear. Not a portion where it's 10, 15%. I'm talking 100 freaking percent. Goes straight to Hope for Kids International, the effort that they do and have been doing since 1973 all around the world for poor, disadvantaged children. Children that have been taken advantage of, where their parents have been lost, that have been left in the street. Hope for Kids comes in, they take care of them, man. I'm telling you. And what they have been doing is immeasurable in making a difference in the world. And that's why I'm a part of what they do. The people that work there don't just work there. They go on the trips. They sponsor the kids. They hold the kids. They dig the wells. They build the schools. They get involved, dude. They don't just push paper. I mean, amazing, amazing thing. You don't see stuff like that. They list their financials on their website so you can see where the money is going. 90% or more of the total revenue goes to the cause, not to the pockets of the CEO or something like that. Dude, that's heavy. You know what I'm saying? You got to have balls or really have the real deal going on to trumpet that. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty amazing. That's amazing. You know, I mean, a lot of I hate to say it because we all look at charity as something very special, and sometimes you see a TV commercial and you see a recognized person speaking on behalf of a charity, and you know what? Sometimes that representative doesn't even know what's going on with that money. They want to do the right thing, but sometimes, I don't want to mention certain names, but we're very familiar with some very popular charities out there, and majority of the money does not go to the cause. That the majority of the recipients are saying, oh, they make a great commercial, but we don't see crap, that kind of thing. And that's horrible. It's so, and that's not the fault of veterans. It's not the fault of pets, the ASPCA, the kids in need and stuff. It's not their fault. It's some greedy bastard that's making a kid. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So to find a real deal charity takes some digging, man. It really does. And it takes the caring to want to look into it. It's all out there, but everybody has the sentiment in the heart, and they prey on that, man. And, it's so freaking terrible. But that's why I stand firmly next to Hope for Kids, man. They do it right. They do it right, and I am confident in the sense that when I say that I know the money's going to the right place. I see the difference. They dug their 500th well for a village to have water this year. 500 wells? I mean, come on. It's like the U.S. government. It's crazy. You know, they do some amazing things, and they sustain life. They put people through law school, like amazing stuff.
Oh,
you
wow.
know? Like, yeah, they truly make lives for people, and that touches me, dude. That's impact, and they've been doing it since '73. Hello.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, man. I mean, some pretty wild stuff. It ain't like so, you know, like started off 5 years ago. No, it's 76. It's a real, you know, it's a real deal, you know, and some amazing stuff. And you know what? I want to be associated with a charity like that. That's what I'm talking about. Not some farce. Oh, it looks good on paper. Yeah. Oh, let's do that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You know what? No freaking way. So this is a labor of love, dude. This is what it's all about. And particularly come Christmas time, come on. You know, I feel there's a right way to walk and a wrong way. This is the right way to walk, and that's why I'm walking it myself. Freaking love it. So it's truly one of the most rewarding things I've ever done.
And speaking of
I
walking,
urge everybody, just Google them. Hope for Kids International, number 4, Hope for Kids International. You see a website, h4ki.org. Just look at some of the work they do. And, you know, I sponsor a child. It's truly one of the best feelings in the world to do something like that. And, man, you know, for the price of buying one drink a week, do you know what kind of difference you can make in a child's life? And that's freaking huge, dude.
That's a scary
dude, I'm telling you what. Yeah. I mean, what we look at money over here versus what it's worth in Uganda, you guys have no freaking idea. I mean, it's of immeasurable value. Crazy, truly crazy. But, yeah, truly one of the greatest things I've ever done. I can't tell you how thankful I am to be involved with Hope for Kids. It's truly given some more depth to my life. I truly say that in all my honesty. I love it. I freaking love being a part of it.
That's awesome. Now, how about, too, with the Ave Maria video, your son actually filmed the video.
He was the inspiration for the whole thing. I don't know if everybody really understands it. My son, Brandon, we're tight. We're way tight. He plays guitar. He rocks. He's pretty awesome, you know. He likes jam with me. He just turned 17. His birthday a couple weeks ago. And it's really funny. This whole thing was New York City. I grew up in New Jersey, northern New Jersey, and had a house in upstate New York. So being in close proximity to Manhattan, New York City, kind of took it for granted all my life. I remember seeing the Trade Center being built before it was finished. My dad would put me on his shoulder and say, "Look over there," and I could see the Trade Center coming up over the trees, you know, because it was from my house. I could see it, and I could see the unfinished portion of the North Tower. You know, the South Tower is actually finished first. The North Tower is finished second. I could see the unfinished portion. He says, look, Mark, it's almost done. I go, wow. You know, I remember that. So, you know, I guess growing up, I never went to the city much. I go a little time here. It was always a pain in the ass to go to the city. You got to pay the traffic. You got to pay the toll. It costs $1 million to park. So you kind of like, look, whatever. Having my son growing up, him seeing footage of 9/11, seeing what the city has to offer, he was mesmerized about what goes on there. Come on, Dad, let's go to the city. And I go, oh, shit. All right, I'm going to take Brandon to the city. And then once he went, had a great time. I took him to the top of the Empire State Building, took him to Ground Zero, took him to the top of Rockefeller Plaza, went to Central Park, all that stuff. And then my other daughter wanted to go, so I had to take her on the dinner cruise. Then my other daughter wanted to go. Let me tell you about the mortgage payments of money that I had to take the kids to New York City. Now, I make a joke of, right, but I got to tell you, the one thing that came out of it was that I had a renewed interest in New York that I kind of lost just by being so close and taking it for granted. Seeing the excitement in their eyes and all the interest that they had kind of rekindled something in me, you know? So I'm like, dude, I ended up taking the charge. Let's go here. Let's go there. I took my youngest daughter. We went to go see President Trump's chopper land at 12th Avenue Heliport. And I said, you want to go on the chopper? She goes, yeah. So I took her on a chopper ride around the city, you know. So we ended up really pushing the envelope with the whole thing. And I got excited about going to the city with them, you know. We found all little spots and stuff like that, secret places to go spend special time. It was really cool. So the whole idea with the Ave Maria video, Brandon used to, when I took him to the city, he would take his GoPro and make these little movies, montages, and put them together. And he started doing that when he was like 9 years old. So now that he was 16 at the time, I said, dude, this is what's going to happen. You're going to produce the video. I put him in the driver's seat. I said, you tell me where to stand, tell me where to go. You want a certain shot, you see it, you tell me what's going on. You're calling the shots. I don't want to know nothing. You tell me what to do. So I totally put him in control. I had nothing to do with it. I said, tell me what we're doing, buddy. Where are we going? Make a list. Tell me what's going on. You know, I gave him the responsibility, and I wanted to move him along. I said, you tell me what's up. So he chose, Dad, we're going here. Okay, here we go. Dad, I want to go over there. Okay, you got it. We need a shot this time of day. Blah, you got it. Done. The only thing I did on 2 occasions, once I warned him about sunlight was in a bad spot where he was shooting from, and once in editing, I didn't like 2 shots we changed. That's it. He did 99% of everything. He produced the damn video. Edited it, the whole deal. Yeah, so, but the thing is, you know, I was just happy. It was so cool for him to take the lead on it. You know what I mean? Made it like a family project. And we went to New York together. We went to D.C. together to get all the shots. And then he put it all together. He put it together. I just sat back and said, do it. And you know what? He killed it. He totally killed it, man. Like I said, I changed 2 shots in the whole thing. I loved it. I thought it was freaking great. So, man, I can't tell how proud I was that he did it. And you know what? We made a tribute to never forget about 9/11.
Right.
Not, you know, that, you know, and just to shake, because I don't know if you guys freaking are in tune with this. Do you see how much little coverage there is in 9/11 year after year? Now, I can understand it not being in the forefront of everything, but you know what kind of crimes were committed on that day?
I know.
People really do not, you know, give the attention that it deserves, and maybe it's somewhat negative, I'll say that. But the truth is out there, and the more you bury it, I truly believe that is something that's wrong. So we try to shed a little light and saying, you know, we're never going to forget that, and that's what we put in the video. That's really the sentiment that we try to convey. We will not forget. We were there. We were there. I saw it on fire with my eyes, not on the TV. Wow. So. Yeah, so we come from a different perspective on the whole thing. Yeah. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. But you know what? It's freaking wrong. That is freaking wrong. And it should not be tolerated. It should never be forgotten. So, all right, I said my piece. You got me all freaking riled up here.
I got to ask, though, like, with your kids, like, what do they think, like, when they see Mark from the the early Trixter days, the MTV days? Do they kind of like shake their head in disbelief?
You know, it's kind of weird. They grew up with it, so it's kind of like not new to them or anything like that. What's weird is when their teachers at school, they have like these electronic blackboards now, and they can project video on it. So they put Trixter videos on in the classroom for all the kids to see, and that's when they get all freaked out. Like, you know, I saw your dad in '92 in Oklahoma, and he played with Kiss and blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, oh, boy. Is your dad coming back to school night? You know, crap like that. That's what I think they really start to see the weirdness of the whole thing. You know, like they grew up around it. You know, there's a gold record hanging on the freaking wall and crap like that. So, and they know the videos. And I even got my kids into a thing we do with VH1, Where Are They Now, and stuff like that. So, you know, it's been a part of them for a long time. When they see the other people reacting towards it, that's what they think is really strange when the teacher singles them out of class and, oh, and Brandon's dad does this for a living. So then the kids, hey, can I come over to your house, Brandon? Yeah. And so it's a little weird, but you know, I don't know.
Now, do they want to follow in your musical footsteps? You said Brandon plays guitar, drums.
Brandon does, yeah. My oldest daughter, who had natural, when she was very young, she had a lot of natural musical ability, which was really weird. I sat her down on the piano, and even just as a young little tyke, she really showed symptoms of something special, you know, which I really thought was amazing. Then she put her on drums. She was the most naturally rhythmic child, I thought, and she had no interest in pursuing music, which is kind of funny, you know. But you know what happens if you push it? They're definitely not going to want to do it, you know. So you got to be hesitant. You got to be cautious with that kind of crap. Brandon, he loves playing guitar. He also dabbles on the piano a little bit, but he's really, as far as rhythm, the kid's dead on. Yeah, he's like Malcolm Young. He's like Malcolm freaking Young. Like badass, kick-ass riff, solid timing, really kick-ass. And it's awesome to jam with him, You watch always jam. That's a lot of fun. My youngest daughter, Lauren, this is the biggest surprise out of me. She comes to me one day and says, Dad, I want to play bass. I'm like, really? The youngest daughter, the whole thing. And she was the one that sang in the shower. She's the one that asked, Dad, can you help pick my bass amp? I need to go practice with my band over on Cherry Street. And kid you not, it was the biggest surprise of my life. I bought her a bass, bought her the amp. I want to give her that push. You want it, you got it. But she didn't expect it. And now she plays the ukulele. She said, Dad, I need a ukulele. I looked at her, what the hell are you talking about, Who the hell plays the ukulele? When you Don freaking Hose kid? Dude, she sounds amazing. She sounds freaking amazing. I love it. I want to find a song that I can play ukulele with. You know what I mean? I want her. I want to do. I told her I want to do a recording with her. I just don't really know what song to do. I got to look into this. But she sounds so good. I love it. Ukulele is a beautiful instrument. I mean, a beautiful instrument. Man, you find the right tune. I'm telling you, man, there's like a new wave of shit coming out with ukulele. Yeah. It sounds crazy. I've seen on the internet some people. There's some hot artists, female, male, and when you hear the stuff, you're like, yeah. It's like you didn't think about it, man. Unless you go to Hawaii and you land and you hear it and you got the vibe cooking. It's like, oh man, that's what I'm talking about. It's depth to life. It's amazing. But she plays the goddamn ukulele of all things. And I got to find a song. I got to find something because I want to play over her playing ukulele. I want to do that. I think that'd be so freaking cool. Of all the weird things, it gets weirder. So go figure. But getting the kids involved, man. That is truly one of the greatest things to talk about a write-off. It's pretty awesome. I can't tell you how much I love it. And Brandon, all his efforts in helping me doing all this Christmas miracle stuff, I can't tell you how much I love him and all his support, all that he's done, his accomplishments. It's amazing to see as one of your children step up and do something like that. I think that's like the coolest damn thing in the world.
Absolutely. One more question, and then we'll open the phone lines.
Oh, no. That'd be a long question.
No. It's actually a short question. Last time we asked you for like the quote unquote crazy rock and roll story. This time, here's the question. Okay.
Right.
When you got that first like good big paycheck, we'll say, what was like your first big purchase? Did you like buy a car? What was it like? Did you buy something crazy or?
I remember buying a car. I bought a red Camaro. I played Starsky and Hutch. I literally played Starsky and Hutch. You wouldn't believe it. That was fun. It was weird. When things were going well for us, it was 1990 to 91 where Trixter really, embarked on its, crazy ride.
Right.
Where MTV caught on, and we went on tour with Stryper, Doc, and Warrant, Firehouse, Slaughter, Poison, Scorpions, and then Kiss tour. So it was crazy. That's what we were big. We did 13 months, 310 shows, something like that. 328 shows in 13 months, something along those lines. So we were working. And the thing is, even when money was coming in, we didn't really have the opportunity to spend it for a long time.
Right.
We were on the bus. We were playing 6 nights a week, sometimes 7 nights a week. So even when the checks came in, what did we need? Deodorant, toothpaste, and food was provided. Transportation was provided. We were flying all over. Right. Once in a while, I'd buy a magazine or something. We didn't buy anything until we got off the road after the summer of '91. And I guess that's where things started. And we realized we had this cash and a little spare time, which is a dangerous combination. And I'm thinking I didn't buy anything major at first at all. I just celebrated with friends. I literally would wake up at noon, go out, have lunch, and have drinks with one set of friends. Or first I'd see Pete, then we then I'd go do the lunch and the dinner thing, and then dinner, and then drinks at night. So it was just 3 parties a day for 5-6 days a week. It was just it was crazy. It was silly. That's what we did. Just had fun.
Right.
I was young. I think at the end of 91, what was that, 24, 23? So,
wow.
I didn't like buy a house. I wasn't geared towards that. Yeah, I'm trying to think, where was I living? Oh yeah, I got an apartment with my good buddy Vicky, who worked for Whitney Houston, and he was on the road. I was home. I was on the road. He was home. So it worked out perfect. We had the place to ourselves, and I only paid half rent. So it worked. It was very ideal. We said we were geniuses. We ruled the world. We had our own place and paid half rent. Have a nice day. So it was very convenient and very economical. And the big purchase I made was my red Camaro. Yeah. That was pretty funny. And I literally beat the crap out of that car like Starsky and Hutch. I literally played Starsky and Hutch in that car. I learned performance driving in that car, man. I'll tell you what. Last year I was a menace. I mean, not a total menace, but I drove like Starsky and Hutch.
Oh, that is great.
A lot of fun. Oh my god.
I think that's always like the first like purchase. It will be a car for almost everybody.
The only thing I remember buying on the road, I bought a 9mm and a 12 gauge. Yeah, so I bought a couple of guns. Otherwise, guns rock, dude. And you know what? It was the first time I went to Colorado, which was the beautiful thing. Shooting in the Rocky Mountains. It doesn't get any better, pal. It was one of the weirdest experiences. I had a buddy of mine from back in Jersey who moved out to Colorado, and he was a military guy. He was a Marine, and he was a weapons instructor. So he said, "Come on, Gus, let's go get you a pistol, and let's go up to the Rockies. I'm going to teach you how to shoot." I was like, "Oh, okay, let's go." It wasn't at my arm. I was on board. So we're going. It's an outdoor shooting area, just like off to the side in the mountains. I was like, "Oh, my God, this is so beautiful." So pop, he's teaching me this, pop. All of a sudden, a cop comes rolling by. I said, "Oh, my God, I'm screwed." I look over my shoulder. His window's open. He puts his arm out. "How are you, fellas?" I was like, "You got to be fucking kidding me. What? I'm shooting a gun into the side of a mountain." He waves, a cop goes by, waves his arms, and says, "That's how I'm doing." If that happened to me in Jersey, I would still be in jail.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, so what is a normal day in one part of this country, you can like have a life-altering event on the negative in another part. Isn't that crazy? Is that not crazy? How many people are victims in our jails for doing the same thing I did, and the cops waving hello?
Exactly.
Right. I wasn't shooting at anybody. It was just target practice. But you can't do that in certain parts of this country. It's so weird. But I mean, I was 22 at the time, maybe 23. And I'm popping around, and a cop goes by, "Hey, how you doing?" I was like, "Holy shit!" I was so scared. I thought I was really in trouble. No, it was just a regular day in Colorado.
Just another day in paradise.
That's what made me fall in love with the Midwest.
So all right. So do you want to open the phone lines now?
Yeah, sure. Whatever you got, bro. Throw it at me. All
right, because somebody is here and they've been waiting for a half hour. We're going to find out who it is. If anyone wants to call in, it's
if they mention anything about a blood test came out positive, just don't let them through.
Okay. Eric, 718.
If the paternity test came back positive, just ditch that call.
Yeah, we don't. Definite wrong number there.
Right, or legal representative for somebody. We don't want to talk to them either.
or New Jersey police. No, we don't want to talk to them either.
I talk to them. No, I know. I like those guys. Those guys are good.
All right, caller area code 385. Who is this?
Where's 385?
This
is you.
Hello.
Who's this?
Hello. 385. Come in, 385. 385.
Can you hear me?
There you go.
That?
We hear you.
Okay, good.
Who's this?
How are you guys? This is
Hi,
Tina.
Where are you calling from? Tina?
Hey, Tina.
Hi, Tina. How are you? Where's 385?
It's in Utah. We got 3 area codes. 385-801.
801 I'm familiar with. The 385 I'm not familiar with. Okay, I'm going to have to remember that. How are you, my dear?
Cold as hell here.
Oh, yeah, already, huh? What's it down
to? 35.
Holy crap. Oh, my God, my nipples will freeze off. Dude, how are we one state away? I'm like one state away from Utah, and they're 35, and I was 93 today. Can you help me?
Yeah, that don't make sense.
It don't.
Not at all.
I'm going to Arizona.
It was a beautiful
We're going to Arizona.
I'm telling you what, come on down, girls. We got sunshine over here. I should have got on the pool today. I might even have to go tonight. I'll go down there tonight. I'm gonna get a little star, a little warmth. If I get a chill, I'll put on the fire. How about that? Yeah. Talk to me. What's going on?
It would have to be after our concerts we got coming up. We're going to. Then would be in Arizona.
Oh, there you go. Well, make sure you stop by and say hello.
Oh yeah. And
you
actually,
have a question of some kind.
I do. Would you ever consider doing a little city tour with your Christmas album?
Ooh.
I'd entertain the idea, sure. Just I say it with slight hesitation. For number one, the answer is yes, absolutely. The slight hesitation that I have is that it's one thing to produce an album in the studio. When you take the show on the road, that's when things start to change. It's a much different undertaking. And on the classical side, it kind of scares the crap out of me. The number one thing is the players. I don't have huge resources in the world of classical music. I can do things myself, but live, I can't do them all myself at the same time. So I have a problem. And I don't want to run tapes. I don't want to do things like that. I would really like to do the right thing, but it's a feasibility problem, realistically. If I did something even on my own to run a background or something, I'm hesitant to do that. But, hey, if that's what you got to do, then maybe that's what I got to do. Again, I'm just hesitant. I'd rather put together a real live show and really make it make it a spectacle. But very honestly, it takes a hell of a lot of work with some real talent. And you got to gather that talent. You got to rehearse. You got to make it happen. So to put the work in to make it happen, I'm being very honest when I tell you I don't know if I'm up for it. I really don't. I'd rather slam the crap out of the drums with Trixter. So I don't know. At this point, I would say I don't know.
Out on the road.
That's right. We'll see what happens. Right? One thing I promise you: when it happens, you're gonna know about it. I promise you that.
And the guys better come here to Utah.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Well, shit. It sounds like it's gonna kick the crap out of us if we don't. We better book the show in Utah. Note to self, Utah check. Got it.
There you go.
I'll tell you what, we ain't coming with 35 goddamn degrees. Even my agent says we got a huge offer in Utah. We're canceling it until it gets warmer.
No, it wouldn't be me that would get mad.
No Alaska, no Trixter on ice. Bull crap.
Hey, we do got Disney on ice coming here soon, though.
Well, good. You go and see them. Tell Mickey I said hello, and screw you. That's it. We will come in the spring.
No, we're gonna say we're
in the springtime down the Blue Creek River.
You can't sing.
Tina, I want to thank you for calling in, and God bless the old Totally Driven Radio. How about that? Say hello to Bay Racky.
Oh yeah, it's in Phillies, and I just ordered tasty cakes because we can't get them here. So.
Did you really? Then. Mark, do you know the word?
I know Tasty Cakes. I personally was a Drake's fan myself with the old Devil Dogs and Ring Dings. But, you like your Tasty Cake, you go right ahead, Miss Hostess, okay? That's okay.
There you go.
Hostess with the mostess. You go right ahead. It's America. You have the prerogative.
Get them Tasty Cakes out there. That's awesome. Cool. Tina, it's always great
hearing from you. Thank you for calling.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, always. We're still going to be listening.
Awesome.
God bless you, hon. Thank you so much. We appreciate it, honey. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Oh.
All right, and we have another call. Area code 559. Who's this?
559. These are all newer area codes. Who the hell knows these area codes? Hello, come in, 599.
Is it 559? It's
559 is California?
Yes.
Where in California?
Fresno.
Fresno. That
Oh,
sounds
no,
beautiful.
really? I love Fresno. Dude, we kicked that.
Yeah.
Hello, my dear. What is your name? Who am I speaking with?
You're speaking to Mindy.
Who is Mindy?
Mindy.
Oh, I thought, hi, how are you, my dear?
I'm doing good, handsome. How are you?
Good, good, good. I appreciate you calling in. No, I'm not kidding. When we were on the
Hi,
Scorpions
May.
tour, we
How
did
are you?
Fresno. Yeah, say hello,
How
babe.
you doing?
You got all your friends. Faye's got his fan club going on there.
Absolutely. Hey, that's because of you.
Yeah,
come
it's
on.
funny. Good to hear your voice.
Faye's my brother. Well, Mindy, we appreciate you calling in, and I wasn't kidding. I really do love Fresno. I actually met the drummer from AC/DC, a good friend of mine now, Simon Wright, in Fresno. And it was a very memorable moment. He came to see me play with the Scorpions, and I was honored to have him backstage as my guest. It was a pretty amazing night. So I remember Fresno very well. So,
Yeah, we're a pretty good city. Yeah.
yeah. Tell me, you got a question or
really
something? What are you up to?
serious question. Yes, I have a really good. Oh, I'm doing great. I have a really good, serious question for you. Besides besides your parents, who is the most influential person in your life?
Who's been the most influential person in my life?
Yes,
besides your parents.
You know, if you had now narrowing it down to one, I must say is a tough one.
He has to use his head.
I really do. And when you say one person, there isn't one person that comes to mind. I guess there's numerous people that made different impacts on me at different points, and maybe for different reasons. I can name a few. One of the earliest ones I had was Evel Knievel. That sounds kind of funny, but the man had balls of steel. He was truly, an American hero, and he instilled a vision in young kids' mind to go for it. You know what I mean? That was cool. Burt Reynolds is another one. Smokey and the Bandit. I mean, Burt Reynolds. He was the son of a bitch. He was the big show off who wanted to make the day happen. And it wasn't about the money. Yeah, it was kind of about the money. It was kind of about showing off. But at the end of the day, he wanted to make it happen. And that virtue, that something special inside that pushed him to make sure it all came together in the end, that's what you cheered for. You know what I mean? And that's what made you fall in love with Burt, because he would have done anything to make it happen in a show-off kind of way, which was certainly very in tune with my ideology, So, yeah, I mean, those were influences on me. Moving up through the years, rock and roll, Gene Simmons was a huge influence on me. And having the opportunity to tour with him and to have dinner with him on multiple occasions was a dream come true, and really a unique kind of way to meet and become friendly with somebody. And influenced me in different ways. I mean, he was a bass player. I'm a drummer. But still, his attitude was something that influenced me. You know what I mean? Drumming-wise, Alex Van Halen, Jason Bonham. The list is endless. There's so many influences for somebody. David Lee Roth. He was a major he's a singer. What the hell does he have to do with drums? I'm telling you, his attitude was an influence on me. His swagger, the way, you know what I'm saying? The man was the epitome of cool, dude. He was it. He was the mother.
And smart.
He was the cat. So, and again, having the opportunity to meet people like that was a dream come true. And to see them from the perspective of the fan versus the perspective of a friend, it's a weird thing, talking to the guy. I mean, Jesus Christ. Meeting Donald Trump. What an influence. He was a true gentleman to me. He truly was an influence in a positive manner. Professional, humble. I can't tell you how he did not take his stature and think he was above anyone else. He was one of the guys, and he was respected for that. You know what I mean? It was a cool thing. I wasn't a pimple on the guy's ass, and he treated me as an equal. That's commendable. That's character. You know what I mean? So I mean, I can't think of the one guy overall that said that's my. I can't. I really don't have that answer. I don't have the guy. There's so many, and I think that's what's great about
one
life.
Person.
That's what's great about the journey of life. You meet. There's so much out there, and I don't want to get locked into one channel. I think there's a lot of people that take you in different directions, and that's what creates a culture in a person. It's not just one dimensional. And sometimes different people take in different directions you never thought you'd go. I never thought I'd be aligned with a charity for children. You know what I mean? But you know what? It's like one of the coolest things I've ever done. You know, so if I stayed locked in a certain mentality, maybe I wouldn't have that experience. Maybe I wouldn't have the desire to do something like that. Maybe I wouldn't have done a damn Christmas record of all damn things. You know what I'm saying? Like Maynard Ferguson. Most people probably don't know the name in the rock world, but in adult contemporary or jazz, Maynard Ferguson, one of the greatest trumpet players of all time. And man, that when I saw that guy play, he was an influence on me. Miles Davis, Chuck Mangione, Kenny G. Now, I'm a crazy rock and roll drummer. How many crazy rock and roll drummers say Kenny G was an influence on me? Kenny G, one of the greatest influences I ever had as far as being a role model for an instrumental musician. And, again, I had the honor of meeting him on more than one occasion, and he was nothing but a great gentleman. He was a true
a lot of
nice
people
guy.
say that about you.
Hey, get that trickster bastard out of here. No, he was really cool, man. He was really, really cool. Really cool. And I just was fortunate to see him. I hadn't seen him in like 25 years. I just saw him a month ago, 2 months ago. He was a super cool cat. He was really, really nice. And I tell you what, that son of a bitch plays better than ever. He is amazing, amazing, amazing. Now, I'm not saying that to just because I'm telling you that son of a bitch can freaking play. To see him is an honor. Is a step beyond, man. But when you got it, dude, you got, and that son of a bitch. He has. It's such a pleasure. I mean, so different people influence me for different reasons on different levels, and I cannot think of just one person that does that as a blanket. I just don't think. For me, it doesn't exist. For me,
no, that was a great answer. That's good.
Well, I appreciate it. It was a good question. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, that's. Yeah, I'm telling you what. I've had that question, what drummers influence, what things like that. Dude, when you say a person that influences your life, that's I like that question. I like that one, Mindy. Good job. Good job.
You are, to me, remember, remarkable.
Oh, whoa. You're a sweetheart. Aren't you a sweetheart? Thank you so much, hon.
That's awesome.
And good luck with everything.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you for calling, and I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Mindy.
Always. Bye, Bay. I'll talk to you later.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you, sweetheart. That was a nice question. I like that question. That was good.
That is awesome. So, all right. So let's.
You said I was remarkable. Get it? Remarkable.
I like that
was cute.
Remarkable.
Again, that gave me a little tingle.
Remarkable. I like that. It was a little play on words.
Ooh, a little, yeah. Made my little blue river go whoo. Like that. Okay. Next caller.
You know what? Let me try this line because I know they've been calling in and dropping. Area code 217. Who's this?
This is everybody's favorite sergeant.
Sergeant
Yes.
Mib? Is that Michelle? Sergeant Mib?
Yes, it is.
This is Sergeant Mib of the Gus Scott Army calling in. How are you, sweetheart?
No attention.
I am just fantabulous.
Oh, my God, she's on fire. How many Red Bulls did you have today?
Absolutely none.
Oh, my God, can you imagine how I'm rocking Red Bull? I want to party with you, young lady. I want to party with you.
Well, I want to meet you, too. Damn.
Well, hold on.
You already made my day.
What area code is that?
217.
I should know that. Where is that?
I'm in Springfield, Illinois.
Oh, I love it. Okay, well, I was talking about Illinois earlier. There you go. Springfield, Illinois. How about that?
Yes.
Wait, it's probably getting cold over there now, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. A little nipply out.
Oh, well, I guess that could be a good thing, no?
Is it wrong for me to say what, Michelle? If you're in the Gus Scott Army Facebook group, as Michelle's talking, I'm picturing gifts pop up.
Hey, I'm ready for Halloween. It just has to get here.
What are you going to be for Halloween? I want to interview her. What are you going to be for Halloween?
Your biggest fan, which I already am.
Oh, that's so sweet. Does that mean you have to get? Does that mean you have to get undressed for Halloween? I'm sorry.
Only if you ask nice.
Sorry. What? Come again?
Only if you ask nicely.
Oh, that's sweet. All right, please.
Okay.
Which? That was quick. Tell me, do you have a question?
No, I just wanted to call in and thank you for making my afternoon and day today.
Oh, you're a sweetheart. Come on. Thanks. No, listen, the love and support that you give to the Army, I can't tell you how much it is truly, truly appreciated. You give of yourself, and it doesn't go by unrecognized. I can't tell you how much I truly appreciate it personally. Thank you. Thank you very much.
No, well, you're so welcome. I wouldn't do it for anybody else.
That's so sweet. Thank you.
I want a group hug. Group hug.
Oh, I feel warm and fuzzy already.
That way I can grab your ass.
This is a come again.
I said that way I can grab your ass.
This is a good egg.
Good egg, but slightly cracked.
Ooh, come again? Cracked? What?
I'm a good egg, but I'm slightly cracked. You know.
Oh well, I know the feeling. I sometimes share the sentiment. Absolutely. But thank you, Ann. Thank you for calling, and I really do appreciate it. And
you're
again,
welcome.
Thank you for all of your support.
And thank you for making Christmas come early for me.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Very
Come on,
nice.
you know, she's a sweetheart. She's a real sweetheart. She's a keeper. She's a good one.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Oh, can I keep you too?
In your heart.
There you go.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's all I ask.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much for calling.
Michelle,
You're welcome. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Bay. You guys are awesome.
You're welcome. Take care. You too. Bye. All right, well, that's going to be the last call that we can take. There's some other, and I don't know who they are, so.
Okay. Well, dude, I got to tell you, you know, that one right there, Michelle. She posts a lot, and she loves. She talk about support and love for the group. She's like the gasoline for the fire. She really is. She's really something, and she has truly touched my heart. She's a freaking sweet. I've never met her before, but one day I'm gonna have to meet her. She's really a sweetheart.
I'll tell you what, like, if you for people in the group, like, if you need to brighten your day, just look at Michelle's post, because I see them and I just bust up. I really do.
It's true. You know that you probably said it best right there, Beck. You know, when you having a bad day, go to the Mark Gus Scott Army fan page and just look at some of the posts. That'll make you freaking crack up. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. It's a ray of sunshine. That's really what it is. It's a ray of sunshine.
It really is.
And sometimes it pushes the envelope on the rated R side. But come on, you got a problem with that?
90% of the time it does. But hey, I'm not going to argue that at all. Some people do.
There you go.
Some people take
you know what? That they can go look somewhere else. That's it. We don't force them to go. You want to go? Check it out. Great. You don't like it? Go somewhere else. Screw you.
Exactly.
Go to the freaking, the flower people page or something.
Another thing too, before we promote the album and I move on to my next guest, who's Chris. If that's you, please hang on. I'm sorry.
Chris, we love you, brother.
My co-host Nick, who's out there in your neck of the woods in Arizona, he's talking to me about. He's sending me messages about a Christmas show with you. Since you guys are out there, you guys should put a Christmas show together.
We will. Well, it's certainly not out of the question. We shall see what happens. I've got a couple of ideas. I'm not 100% there, but you know what? Christmas is coming. I better get my act together. Literally.
Before we all know it.
But you never know. Well, sure, if it happens, you're going to know about it. I promise you that.
He thinks we should do like Santa Mark.
What's that? No, look. Okay.
Dressing up like Santa Claus. Yeah.
All right, check it out. I'm not saying tell me about it. I'm saying we could pull this off, like a Trixter Christmas at like the Celebrity Theater or Club Red or something like that. Where I'm telling you, you could, as far as like an orchestra or something like that goes, instead of trying to find the best orchestra, you reach out to like a school or a church so that It doesn't have to be perfect because the honor and the novelty of playing with you is going to be what people remember. And plus, they're going to bring like 100 to 200 fans with them because all their friends and family are going to want to see them play. Then you throw in like a meet and greet with you dressed as like Dirty Santa, where the girls get to take pictures on your lap. I'm telling you, dude, like, we'll live stream that shit.
I'm gonna put him on my committee. I mean, we definitely got a seat at the cabinet table. That's for sure. Let's put some muscle behind the muscle, man. You got some great ideas. I'm in. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Hell yeah, man.
Let me get his number up the air, Peg. We'll continue this conversation. Believe me, all kidding aside, I would love to play. I really would. And let's see. You get me all crazy now because I got crazy ideas too. When we put this together, we can really screw things up. It'd be pretty funny. I think so. But in the end, it'd be some beautiful music for the best time of year, and I think that's really what it's all about. And I'll reiterate again, I'm not on here just to sell records. I just want people to hear it and to see what I got going on. You want to take a listen, it doesn't cost a damn thing. Go to my website, markgusscott.com. Just take a listen. There's some pretty cool stuff.
There you go. And if they want to actually physically buy it, where can they go for that?
Download it right on the site if they want to. It's on special right now. Got it on a low dope price. It's going to go up come November. So, it's Christmas. What do I want to tell you? But yeah, physical CDs will be everything. It's technically physically released on Thanksgiving, but right now doing a special pre-sale on the downloads, and it's at a nice price. And sonically, it's really outstanding. And I can't tell you how proud I truly am, but I'm really, really proud. It's the best place for everything. You see the video on there. You can hear samples of the music. There's actually 2 songs you can hear in their entirety. All at markgusscott.com.
Boom. Mark, as always, you friggin' rock, my friend. I love having you on here.
I love you. I can't tell you how much I appreciate your support and all your love. And you've become such a great friend. Thank you, pal. Thank you.
Absolutely. Back at you, my friend. And
we'll see you on the old Blue Creek, my friend. We got to take a nice ride down the river. What do you say there? And we'll call Sergeant Mid or a couple of girls, and have a little ride down the river. What do you say there?
I'll tell you what. I'll stand on shore and wave to you because I can't swim, and when it comes to water,
because your wife has a leash on your balls, sir.
Well,
and what a fine wife it must be.
Well, not only that, when it comes to water, I am a giant fucking pussy. I don't do water. I can't swim, so it doesn't. That
he
me and that
doesn't even
world
like to shower, ladies and gentlemen.
That's why I have a shower and not a tub. I got rid of my tub and just have a shower.
I love you, bro. Thanks so much.
I love you too, man.
I'll see you soon,
all right,
man.
Mark. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Thanks.
There he goes. Oh, that fucking guy. I love him. He is so awesome.
I'm about to fuck this dude's Christmas up. I'm going to PowerPoint this shit out of this presentation. I have so many venue and contacts like that from wrestling that I just don't use at all. And for a one-off show like that, I bet you, because they have a strong enough fan base to sell tickets for a one-time only event.
Dude, you know what? As soon as you started mentioning the names of places, you were selling them. The idea, you could hear it in his fucking head. The wheels started turning. Uh-oh.
Yep, I'm telling you, dude. I'm about to murder his Christmas. I'm telling you right now.
That Christmas miracle could become a bigger thing than he expected.
And just imagine, you know what I mean? He uses a charity or a church or a school, so they get mad promotion because the news is going to pick it up, which means more people are going to listen to the album, which means more potential downloads. You know what I mean? There's very little downside to it. I'm definitely going to, yeah.
Oh, man.
I got a guy that'll film the whole thing. I got a guy that's got high-speed webcams that we can live stream that shit.